Hi, my name is Robert Richardson. I'm a landscape architect at Howell Vancuren. I've been with the firm since 2010. It's been about 8 years now. I went to school at Oklahoma State, and originally I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Today we're at Kendall Whittier Park. It's in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's located about 2 miles east of downtown. The funding for the project came from George Kaiser Family Foundation. And there was a partnership with a lot of different entities on the project. We had the City of Tulsa. They are the owner of the land that we're on, so this is a City of Tulsa park. Being in this neighborhood, our office has been really involved with Kendall Whittier, and they have a really strong community. They have an organization that's called Kendall Whittier Main Street, and so early on, the meetings for that organization were in our office. And over time, we've just built a relationship with a lot of people in the neighborhood, and that's how we were selected to be the landscape architects on this project, is just over time maintaining those relationships and being a part of the neighborhood. And the big inspiration for this playground was nature-inspired play. So you'll see a lot of like log tunnels and log stepping stones, and then a bunch of net climbers that get kids up and they can climb up in the sky. And then we've got some of these boulders, and those are also, more climbing activities. And then we even have a couple little shrub beds that we added, so we've got some crepe myrtles in here. So those really kind of try to add to that nature theme of the playground. And right here, there was a lot of stormwater infrastructure. And so we have a little dry stream that goes right through the middle of the playground, and that really kind of tied in with that nature-inspired theme of the playground. And initially, early on in design, we were going to have a big picnic shelter that was going to be centered right on 4th Street, and that was going to act as a terminus for the street and really kind of catch people's attention when they were approaching the park. But we found out there's a lot of utilities that run right through here from where the old street was. And so we had to take that design and we had to change it. And we ended up going with 2 picnic shelters that are off on either side with a plaza in the middle. And so that really kind of opened the space up. It allowed the utilities and stormwater to still go through where the old road was, and then we could still maintain those old picnic shelters. These are really popular for kids that have birthday parties. You'll see this place just full here on the weekends. And we've got electrical outlets in here, a few picnic tables in each one. And then on the columns, we're right by Tulsa University, and they use this stone. And so we wrapped all the columns on all these picnic shelters with that native stone to kind of blend in with the campus. People in the neighborhood that like to cut through here, getting from one place to another, usually going from the apartment to school or to the university campus. You'll have students that come from campus and want to head downtown on bicycles. During construction, we ended up adding this concrete fence. It looks like a wood panel fence, so it helps blend in with the neighborhood. Where we're at in the park, there's an elementary school, and then there's also a preschool. Both of these buildings are full of kids during the regular school periods, and this is their recess area, so they'll just empty out here, and there will be hundreds of kids here on lunchtime all throughout the school year, so it's really well used. Yeah, these arches, they say Kendall Whittier Park, and again, we're in Kendall Whittier neighborhood, and they really help signify to the neighborhood that this is their park, and they all share it, and it's really, really popular for a lot of school-age kids. You have a lot of families that live in the neighborhood with young kids, and they'll just use this park all throughout the weekend. And there's a local group called Up With Trees. They did all the tree planting, all the new trees that you see here. They came in with about 120 trees. And we worked around existing trees where we could. So a lot of these trees, these are some old water oaks, and these would have been in someone's backyard at one point. All the trees we have in here, we pick these for durability and drought tolerance. And we've got a lot of maple trees. These are red maples right by us. This is a redbud tree, which is the state tree of Oklahoma. And then we've got some oak trees. And then further down here, we've got a sycamore and then some bald cypress trees. We've got an open sports court that's just over here to the right. And we've got a soccer goals on each end of it. And then we've got 4 basketball goals. So it's 2 full-size basketball courts. And then the soccer field goes the opposite way, and we've got little goals that are on the end that kids can kick balls into. Yeah, we located benches along the walking trail where we could, and we tried to put them in shade so people could kind of take a break as they're walking around the trail. Where we're at here, we call this the West Plaza. We've got a few picnic shelters over here, and during construction we added new roofs and stone columns. And then we have a splash park. There used to be a smaller splash park that just had a couple emitters that would spout water up, and we added a lot of those structures that you can see. And then we redid the playground equipment, added resilient surfacing. We renovated the restroom building over there. It needed a lot of new facility upgrades and a new roof, and then added the sports court over here. So this all is a real popular area, and it's real close to each other. This feature is the most popular one. It'll spout water out, and it goes in one of the 3 buckets, and so kids will be standing under here and they don't know which one of the buckets is filling up with water. But over time they'll fill up, and then the weight of the water actually causes the bucket to flip upside down, and so it'll just come splashing down on a group of kids that'll be waiting underneath it. And these have little emitters, so they'll do kind of an umbrella of water up at the top, and so kids can stand under here, and you can actually, if you're up closer to it, you can be underneath it, and it creates kind of an umbrella effect. And then these are like little 2 kids, the other one can stand over there, and these have a little water chute that comes out, and so they'll kind of aim them at each other, and they can spin them around and try to get parents that walk by on the outside of the splash park. And when we do splash parks, we try to keep in mind that there's different age groups. So this side over here, this is kind of for the older kids. And then over on the other side, we have more of the ground sprays, and these are more popular for the younger kids. So we try to keep those separate when we can, so parents can keep an eye on the kids as they're playing. All the acorn lights that you see along here that we added for security along the walking trail, these are all LED lights, and those have really low maintenance and energy use. So the bulb should last about 15 years, and that really helps with park maintenance staff that wants to not have to come in and change light bulbs every couple years. So these should last a long time and have low energy use, so they save money as well. My favorite part of the project was at the very end of construction. There was a big community event where the neighborhood showed up, and they really got to take over the park, and seeing kids on the playground and people using the walking trails and sports activities in the open fields. Getting to see that neighborhood take over the park and really make it their own was the most rewarding part of the project.